basically what it is. And then I just make sure it's not all flopping around all crazy. So, I don't know. That's basically what it is. Questions? Yeah.
Will you do the intro to Wax Simulacra on your drums?
I'm laughing at you because you have I'm not going to do that for you because you have switched cameras now.
Yeah.
One, and then the batteries went out.
My camera died, so I use my phone.
Next question. Any questions?
Do it. Come on.
I'm not going to do it, dude. I'm sorry.
All right.
Do you use like Muller technique or anything like that, or you just kind of like muscle out like?
I do a lot of muscle, but I do Muller technique too. I do it all. I do like you know this thing right here.
Okay.
So. I'll do the whole German grip thing, and then sometimes when I want to get volume, like I'll do and then turn it over. So that is in some kind of way muscle. For the most part, I use every technique, and I don't really get wrapped up in the technique. The technique only just allows me to do what my brain is trying to do. My brain is trying to tell it to do.
Yes.
So I don't know. That's kind of how I get to that.
Just rather play.
Do you still consider yourself a fan, and who are you a fan of?
Huh?
Do you still consider yourself a fan? In other words, who inspires you?
Oh yeah, I'm for sure a fan. I was watching Will Kennedy last night on YouTube, like, because he just got back from the Yellow Jackets, and I was tripping out. But I watch every drummer. Like I'm the biggest thief. Like I steal from everybody. Like I watch Vinny. Like I got that right there. That was just this. You know what I'm saying? I just straight up steal from everybody. Like it don't even have to be licks. Like sometimes I can steal somebody's vibe. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes like that whole Christian Scott record, to me, when I listen to it, it just reminds me of Will Kennedy. You know how he sits back like. I can steal somebody's energy like real fast. Like like it don't even have to be a drummer. Like sometimes like I look at Jimi Hendrix, and the thing that was sick about him was, he was ridiculously talented and he had a crazy technique, but he had an overall energy that cannot be replaced. Where, sometimes you gotta steal certain, like, every drummer is not super dope. Like, I watched the girl from the White Stripes, and she's not that tight, but the thing that I love about her is that she plays really horribly with conviction. And I steal that. You know what I'm saying? And some people need that, you know what I'm saying? Some people have all this talent and they can't convince you at all. At least I'm convinced when I see her play. I'm like, that was dope, you know what I'm saying? Even though it wasn't seriously like technical or nothing about it, it was just that it had another kind of vibe to it that was believable. You never seen somebody who sucked but they were just great? Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like that. It's like,
This guy.
Yeah, it's a lot of things you can steal from people that have nothing to do with some technical lick. So I watch things about people. Sometimes I watch, the way somebody some people, I trip on people in LA who play in the studios all the time, like they got an impeccable rim shot. Like this right here. Like to do that really legit, like, Steely Dan, like Steve Gadd, like over and over again. Like that's a talent in itself. Sometimes I trip on it. I don't know. I watch a lot of drummers, and when I was younger, I had this friend who worked at DCI, so he would send me all the tapes. And I learned a lot about drummers that I was inspired by. A lot of the people who were inspired by John Bonham or Keith Moon or Ringo Starr, people, because I didn't grow up in a rock household. I grew up in an R&B, gospel. In gospel, we play all kinds of styles of music. But a lot of times, we don't even know what we're playing. Like, I sit in the car with my grandmother, and she's 24-hour, 7, gospel. And I get in there, I'll be like, Grandma, that's Gap Band right there, yo. That's straight up Ohio players. And she don't recognize it because she just liked the song. I'm like, that was Parliament, yo. So it's just, we play a lot of styles and not always know. Like, you go to church, you might play a reggae vibe, and you might play a Latin thing, so. I'm just inspired by everybody who plays drums, really. That's not, super terrible. are boring to watch. Some people are just super boring. Like they're great, but they're super boring to watch. You're like, Jesus Christ, you know? I don't know.
Have you made a focused effort to try to play all different kinds of music at different points in your life?
I totally did. I totally did. When I grew up, it was all R&B gospel thing. And then when I got in high school, before high school, middle school, I was skateboarding like crazy, and I was just with all the rockers. So I would get in my grandma's car and take out her gospel CD and put in like, Marilyn Manson or like Snot or like whatever was cool at the time. And she would be like, "What is this?" And I just do it. And she was so down for me that she didn't really care. She just was like, "Oh, he's into other stuff." And then when I got into high school, it was strictly jazz, but I still wanted to rock out. So I was still listening to like all kind of like heavy stuff, but I would still like have to play jazz. So I had all the people there like, you need to listen to Tane. You ever heard of Art Blakey? So they would like almost be like, stabbing knives in my back trying to tell me what I need to listen to and be super irritating. But I used to do it because I had to play with them. And sometimes you got to give up what you want for other people. And you're like, all right, I really want to do this, but I'm in this. So since I'm in this, I got to dive into it. So I would dive into all kind of stuff. And then I had Ralfredo Reyes was one of my teachers. So I was always into Latin music, mainly because I live in California. And dude, there's like a lot of Latinos out there. So I was always into it and always listening to the music. And I don't know, I just made a concerted effort not to be a one-trick pony. A lot of people are one-trick ponies. Either they read good, or they got a lot of chops and they can't play a groove, or they can play a groove and they have no chops. And I just wanted to just be able to just do it all because everybody that I respected, I thought they could do it all. Like Vinny, I love him, play all kind of styles. Tony, all kind of styles. Dennis, all kind of styles. And I wanted to be like that. I didn't want to, mess up where, like, you never know how your career might turn. Like, I would never know, if I didn't play all these different styles of music, I probably wouldn't be in front of you guys today. So, because it helped me, especially with the Mars Volta, because some stuff was like Latin influence, and then certain stuff was rock, and then certain stuff was just funky, you know what I'm saying? So, to have, and then now it's like, I don't know if you noticed, but it's a lot of hybrid musicians because they get to see so many things so fast, like YouTube, and you get to see YouTube. Like, I didn't have YouTube, so I would see stuff, and, I had to come in, had to watch it again, but now you got kids who get to see multiple generations accidentally. Like they watch Buddy Rich, and then they get to see me. And I think Buddy Rich died when I was like 6 or something, you know what I'm saying? So to get to watch these dual generations and get to like, get stuff so fast that they learn so much faster that they have so much more information than a lot of cats. So to have all that information is good because you always have a gig, if you know how to play multiple styles.
If you could fit anybody...
Black Label Society, I have that shirt. I swear I have that shirt.
Coming out with a new album.
Cool.
If you could fill the stage with any of your favorite musicians that you have not played with yet, who would it be and why?
That's funny. That almost sounded like a question somebody asked Steve Gadd that we talked about the other day. Well, I think if I could fill the stage with people I could play with, it would probably be my band, the Memorials, or somebody who's not alive. And I don't want to mention somebody who's not alive. And the reason why I would play with my band is probably because I like to hang out with them. Like a lot of times you play with people that you don't even know. You don't like them. Y'all don't eat the same food. Y'all don't like the same movies. And like to me, music has been so personal to a point. I never had a day job. I never did anything else. And this is what is so fun to me that I take it in a personal light where I like to play with people I like to hang out with. So I'll probably pick up my friends because I like to hang out with them and they're talented musicians. So I don't know.
Actually, the question was more geared towards out there in the music genre now. Who inspires you to want to go, hey, I want to play with that dude?
I see people that's ridiculous all the time, but I don't necessarily want to play with them. Like, I like to play with people when I meet them and they're cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all about the hang, dude. We can play and be great and be all technical, but if I don't like you, that doesn't mean anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean nothing. Like, how great you are means nothing. It doesn't mean that we're going to make dope music because you're good. Like, it doesn't mean anything. We have to have a connection, and that's when usually magic is happening, It's almost like, whatever. Next question.